All right, guys, we are back. Kenos here with Arcane Soda. So, Arcane Soda, we talked about the jungle. Obviously, that was the most noticeable part of the game that sort of went wrong for Northern Storm in that game one. But along with that, I was wondering what sort of bans do you think will be affected by either side, or do you think they'll just kind of go off what they did before?
I think they had the right idea before. The Urgot did really well, but I feel like that was mostly chalked up to not being ready for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a bit of a surprise pick. I don't think they're necessarily going to ban that. I'm wondering if they might ban something like, would they take like the Caitlyn off the board, the Morgana?
The Caitlyn did really well for them, so if they get the ability to pick it, I think that's something that they would want to do. The Morgana was annoying to gank, and it looks like they are just going to get rid of it. I guess they don't want to try to flex it around themselves.
Yeah, the spell shield is rough, and like you said, I think that they would try to get the Caitlyn first pick. Obviously, option 12 really doesn't have any other option here but to ban out Token's favorite junglers. Makes me wonder if... okay, the Master Yi is available now. That's the ban they decided to swap out in exchange for the Morgana. So will they first pick the Master Yi, or will they let Prowler get it?
I don't think they'll pick the Yi here. And if Prowler gets the Yi, it's just a matter of winning the game fast.
First pick Ornn. Alright. That's a statement.
They are going to pick up their Yi for Prowler. And I think this might be a good thing for Northern Storm. Because if they can actually get some pressure in the jungle and get the game rolling, they can potentially close out the game before Yi gets online. And there's also the Rammus counter pick, which is something Token's been playing a little bit in some of his practice games, I believe I saw.
Oh man, if you asked me what the jungle matchups were going to be today, I would not have said Yi Rammus, but alright. Alright, so we're in the money now, folks. We're going crazy.
We get some concerns in chat about the early Yi pick, and that's exactly why.
Might also be, they may have thought that Token would take the Yi. I don't know if that was likely to happen, but they might have had some concerns about that.
I don't think Token plays the Yi. And I feel like that's one of those things where they kind of just left Yi open for a bait to say, hey, pick it. We have an answer for you.
Mm-hmm. Now, we'll see how much of an answer it is. I'm not sure how I feel about this Fizz. This is once again a feast or famine champ. I think they should be picking a team that's more consistent, honestly. But
the Fizz is a very safe pick as well. But seeing as he didn't get that much pressure put on him last game, and with the Yi jungle probably isn't going to get camped this game either, I don't know how necessary it is.
Well, we'll see if Pointy tries to take the Caitlyn away, or they let Fawn have it. Or if Fawn will pick something else. Okay, Galio, very passive pick here, letting ADC go last. I like that.
So do you think that's going to be the Galio support that we saw earlier, or do you think it's going to be Lux support again and then Galio mid lane?
I think the Lux support did fine. I think it's going to be a Galio. Well, I don't know, against Fizz? I don't know.
I think it's going to be Lux support again.
Yeah,
because Liz did pretty well on it, and Galio mid is actually a pretty decent matchup into Fizz. I personally don't like seeing the Ezreal here from the bot lane. But that's just because I have a personal bias against Ezreal.
Alright. I mean, I thought the Caitlyn did fine. Maybe a little too stationary for going up against someone like Yi and Galio, though. Alright, so this is a... Oh, you're not picking Vayne, are you? Oh dear. Okay. Let's go.
I actually really like playing Kai'Sa into Yi, because once you get your upgraded E, when he goes on you, you can actually outplay him a little bit if you actually get your stealth off right. If you don't just die instantly.
Okay, so this is insane, and I love it. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the bot lane. Ezreal Zyra against Vayne Lux.
This is just going to be a slugfest.
I like Zyra. We saw her a lot in earlier LCUS splits. Haven't really seen her at all since then. I like the future or the scenario where Galio ults in and Zyra counter ults. That could be funny. Good snare to try to stop the Yi. Obviously doesn't really work if he's ulting, right? Or is his ult just stopping slows? I think his ult just stops slows, right? It's been a while. So, yeah, I like the CC that Zyra brings to the table. I like the poke as well. Obviously, Vayne is terrifying, but the slightly shorter range Ezreal may be able to take advantage of. Mid lane, like you said, Galio has a bit of a reasonable matchup against the Fizz. I'm wondering where Prowler's going to focus. If he's going to stay focused in this bot lane or if he's going to go top more.
Well, with the Yi, he's probably going to be power farming a little bit harder than, harder than Urgot did last game. But he also does a good job of trying to apply pressure even when he's playing champions that maybe don't have a lot of gank pressure on their own or are more power farm champions.
And we have confirmation from Huge that E is just the no slows. So Zyra could do very well against that. Keep that Yi off of the Ezreal. Keep that Yi off of herself. I mean, she is not the bulkiest support in the world either. Obviously, I like the durability Northern Storm's bringing to the table here. Galio and Set can both be tanky. It depends on how they're built. I'm assuming they're going to build durable here. But, you know, if the Yi gets 12 kills, they may not... the Yi or the Vayne get fed, they may not need durability.
If the Rammus can find the Yi and the Vayne consistently, I think the fights go in the way of Northern Storm. Despite Northern Storm not having a really good front to back, I feel like option 12 has the edge here in front to back fights.
Yeah, I think there's consistency on 12 side for sure. But I guess it's a question of how locked down can option 12 have the Fizz and the Ezreal be. If they're busy dealing with the Rammus in their face, the Zyra ult, maybe Northern Storm can take an edge here. But I'm thinking that 12 wins this as well. We'll see though.
I think the Ezreal actually is a rather nice choice here, despite me not liking him, because it does allow more range than something like a Kai'Sa. That said, Caitlyn also does have very good range and did really well last game. Would have liked to see it again, since Caitlyn does really well into Vayne, but obviously the Vayne pick was afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that part of it's just because now the Ezreal has a little more mobility than you might see out of a Caitlyn. But we'll see what happens. Going into skins really quick here.
I actually haven't seen the Psyops Yi skin in game.
Yeah, I think I like option 12 skins here more than...
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I really do like the Infernal Galio and the Obsidian Dragon set. Coven Zyra, I really like the Coven skins, but option 12 just has so much more going for them.
And, you know, a couple of joke skins on, or, you know, let's say less serious skins on Storm's side. Alright, so...
Now, had that been Birdio, would you have given it to Northern Storm?
If that had been Birdio, would have given it to Northern Storm. No.
Okay.
because there's a balance of skins. Just because there's one joke skin doesn't make up for the fact that you've got Fisherman Fizz and such. Where is that Psyops? Yi. Yeah, it's all right. It's not Project Yi. Love me some Project Yi.
I kind of have a personal bias against the project skins, not because they're bad, but because they're so popular.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
It makes me feel like I have to not like them as much as everyone else. Which obviously I don't, because they are good skins, but like it's that internal mind games battle. And we don't see any shenanigans by anyone this game.
I think Option 12, just we're going to keep talking about skins, because why would we talk about anything else? I think Option 12's got a lot of skins that look better in art than they do in-game. Because I'm not a fan of Set's dragon skin in-game. This Yi skin really isn't doing it for me either. In-game, of course. Galio's good, though. I like the Galio.
Honestly, I do agree with you with the Set. The in-game looks a little bit over the top, but the splash art looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. It's a little too muted. I think it could use a little more color. But yeah, we'll see. Putting aside the skins for a minute, we'll see how these lanes go. Oh, that's a chroma for Debonair Ezreal. Interesting. So many chromas. How can we even judge skins if we don't know what the chromas are? Riot, please. And I do like Thunderlord Ornn. I think that's a fantastic skin for him. Alright, so we're going to see how these lanes line up. If we remember last time, Gotta Get Lucky was ahead in lane for most of the game. Let's see if that carries on for him or not. And gotta take advantage of this range against Pointy Ball, Vayne being one of the shorter range ADCs. I am, we're seeing the Zyra, who I'm totally gonna call Zarya at least once during this match if I haven't already. Zyra's little bit of harassing potential is definitely working for them as well. Root's not stopping. Here comes the Rammus. Sonic the Hedgehog time. Gregosaurus does get the taunt. Walked a little bit there.
Does get the flash. I think he might have been okay without it, but I do like to see the safe flash anyways, just to make sure that you're out.
Yeah, Fizz can do a surprising amount of burst. So you just be careful, be safe. Especially when you're up a game, Don't take risks. Phoenix. Oh wait. Interesting to see where Token's gonna go now. Is he gonna
I do want to see him return gank mid because they know that the flash is down and Fizz still has the ignite. He does get pinged out though.
Yeah. Taking an interesting route there. I'm not sure how I felt about that. Yi's coming top. Ornn a little bit of trouble here.
Looks like Galio might get collapsed on in the river though.
Alright, more Sonic the Hedgehog time. Here we go. They get the big taunt on. I don't think they're going to kill him. Prowler is here to help. Maybe they will kill him. A lot of damage over time. There's a flash.
They do get the first blood. Both flashes come out.
Yeah, now Chaos is in a little bit of trouble here. Does do an interesting dash there. Where's the troll pole? Well, half a second there. There's the troll pole. He drills back in. What are you doing? You're insane. Oh my god, Chaos. Does get the flash out of the Yi. That's something. Oh my god, you should have run.
I do like the idea of trying to go back in, but with Yi's Meditate giving him so much extra resistances, it is so obnoxious to try to turn that around.
Mm-hmm. And as everyone's saying in chat, meditate balanced ability. Yeah. Be invincible against anyone that isn't dealing ADC crits. Alright, so rough start once again for Northern Storm here. Not the end of the world. But, you know, getting kills on that Yi is not something you want to see. We do have Rammus trying to invade a little bit here. Will run into Prowler. I don't know how much Prowler wants this fight, though. Yeah, he's just gonna...
He just wants his chickens, man.
Oh, but we do
Galio's here, though.
Yeah, we do get the
He
taunt,
does
though.
want to fight.
Token may end up going down. Chaos doesn't really... Oh!
They do get the kill on the Prowler.
That Fizz damage, though. Here comes Sigtao Eternal, trying to turn it around. I really love some of these Fizz mechanics that Chaos is doing here. Might have made a mistake chasing the Fizz instead of trying to find that Rammus. Rammus might be making a little bit of a mistake here. Deciding to go back in on Gregosaurus. Oh!
Ooh, fancy feet. Rolls right on by the dash.
Someone insert "You're Too Slow" from Smash Bros. On there, please. Ah, man.
I think it was definitely the safer play to Powerball out to top lane, but you know what? It worked out.
Right, you know.
Can't complain too much.
Get on the highlight reels, whatever. Fizz is almost 6. Gregosaurus is playing with fire here. It's going to be 6 after one more minion dies, and after that, Gregosaurus is going to be in a lot of trouble. Trying to kill Token again.
Speaking of trouble.
Where are we speaking of trouble?
Oh, he caught the bot lane roaming up and was able to walk out of there, but Token was looking like he might have been in a bit of trouble there.
We do have Prowler trying to solo the dragon.
Token spotted out on a ward before he came down here. Is still going to try the lane gank and just kind of give over the dragon.
Yeah. Letting him get first dragon, looks like. Yep. Easy. And now Yi is 6 versus level 4 Rammus.
Gotta get lucky. Winning these trades kind of handily in the top lane, though. And you see that CSD in the top lane yet again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Gotta Get Lucky's doing, but he does it well.
I think part of that's just because of how much Eternal was roaming. Because when he TP'd mid there, and they unfortunately didn't get the Fizz in the Rammus, that's at least 2 waves that Gotta Get Lucky was able to just clear.
Hmm. Yeah, and Gotta Get Lucky on the Ornn does have some nice AoE damage abilities as well. But, I mean, this Rammus needs to hurry up and get 6.
Yi is making his way topside. I think the set engaged a little too soon, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of action top right now. Looks like they may be trying to steal blue buff.
I think they were potentially looking for something top, but just decided to take the consolation prize of the blue buff.
Okay, good ward here. This is going to be the big
nice fight here.
Gotta Get Lucky going in with the ultimate. Does
Huge
hit. Big
knock
taunts
up
coming
on
up in here. Prowler may end up going down. He's taken very low. They took out the Prowler. They take out the Rammus as well. Galio will just try to mix things up a little bit. Is the Shark available? It looks as though the Shark either didn't do enough damage or missed. Didn't see it from
I think
melee
the
there.
Shark was hit like at the start, but it was basically flick casted like right on top of him.
Hmm.
So I think it was just kind of to interrupt a little bit, and that fight turned out really well for Northern Storm there.
Ezreal could have gotten some big things done. Turned a little
Does
bit.
get the free tag onto Eternal, but he's just going to heal that up. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Got the vision on him. He's at spawn pad, guys.
We know where he is. We found top lane. Alright, so Northern Storm turning this around very well. They've managed to get several kills on the Yi already. Token doing pretty well despite not even being 6. And this, again, the Fizz's surprise damage is doing very well for them. You know, you get that surprising little bit of burst out. Went for 4 levels in Playful Trickster right away, so not even the most damage potential Fizz could have. He's just looking for those quick cooldowns.
The Yi is about 4 camps up on the Rammus and is looking for Herald right now. So Rammus needs to make something happen bot lane here. Otherwise, they're kind of just losing neutral objectives.
Well, we'll see what happens. There is a ward. He's just sitting on a ward. So this is not going to surprise anyone. Yeah.
Gotta Get Lucky does spot out the Herald take. And now it is the top half of the map. Just going for him.
Alright, yeah, I think they got to get out of here. Shark does sort of help. Good pull there by Eternal, but yeah, just back out, especially because the Rammus is here. You know what they say, you're never more than 10 feet away from a Rammus. Because he'll just cross that map in a second. But here...
I feel like Prowler's just allergic to holding Herald.
Well, you know what? Why hold on to it when you can just make big tower hit plays? Interesting use of the Ornald. Here comes the Rammus as well. Good taunt. I think Eternal is just straight up dead. Does make good use of that shield. Power bomb as well. One more hit. Gotta get lucky. Almost died punching minions. Oh, and
Chaos flashes in place to assert dominance.
Well, fortunately for him, no one saw that.
Oh, I definitely saw it.
Well, that's great. There is no video record of it. I was watching the madness in the top lane instead. Don't you guys know you're only supposed to do one exciting thing at a time? Get the majority of your wave clear from E. That's great. Ooh, Lizabear taken very low as well. You know who could kill these bot laners? Karthus.
I think they're a little high for that. Maybe a level 11 Karthus.
Alright, Prowler is down here clearing control wards. Dragon is up in 19 seconds. Will Northern Storm try to put pressure on that or not? That is the question.
This is going to be another Mountain Drake.
Ooh, big laser. Only hits Wishbone though. Fine.
Does interrupt the recalls though, which is pretty nice for the side of option 12 because the bot lane is low health to try and contest this dragon.
Yeah, looks like he's coming to maybe try to solo it again. I don't know.
Orm did just walk straight down here to just give a little bit of extra pressure.
Oh, I really don't like this gank. Oh, lots of flashes. Everything misses. Ultimates all miss. Yeah.
They get a little bit of pressure out of that, but nobody was really there to follow up on the Rammus. So
now here comes Rammus again. Ooh, gotta get lucky
losing.
picking up a nice kill, but we're watching this bot lane. Everyone is so low. Will Token get taken out? No, he won't.
The Vayne, and that looks like that might be the Lux as well. Powerball to finish it off. Does get it.
Here comes the Yi now.
Does flash to trade it out.
Run!
Warren started Dragon, but decided maybe I should help my bot lane. Or maybe I should just walk away.
I was gonna say, gotta get lucky goes. He doesn't want any of that. Alright, so now Yi is actually getting somewhat online, which is a little concerning.
As long as they can keep hard CC on the Yi, he's not going to be a terror. It's when the Yi and the Vayne come online is when they're going to really start to struggle. But right now the Vayne is behind enough that she's not really a concern.
Mm-hmm.
20 CS down, 1 assist down, 600 gold difference.
Yeah, so we're waiting to see how well Northern Storm can keep a handle on these threats. That's essentially what the goal of this game is. Make sure that you can keep a handle on the Vayne and the Yi.
Gregosaurus Rex waiting in the wings for an engage on the top side, but
a lot of people top, actually. They could try to get this dragon. They're trying to get Pointy Ball. Invisibility does rather... Oh, the shark gets it!
Fizz does hit. I think Gotta Get Lucky's dead here, but so is the Vayne. And that's Dragon, because they just showed 3 top. They get outer up there, but that's okay. Mountain Drink is going to be pretty nice for the Rammus and the...
Yeah, laser fires early as well. Alright, so they get the drag.
Lose first tower, but I think it's okay to sacrifice the gold.
Alright, so what else is... What else is option 12 going to do up here? They're cleaning out the jungle.
We have a 2k gold lead on the Fizz over the Galio, but that's okay for the Galio because Galio's just there to be a CC bot.
And that's also Storm's entire lead is on that Fizz. So, something to think about. We do have Token lurking around, but is not going to be able to kill this turret just yet.
Next strike is going to be Infernal, and that's going to be really disgusting for whatever team gets it.
Token once again. I think he's spending way too much time down here. I mean, obviously, you can get a great set of kills if you manage to get that turret down, but the turret's not going down for 1 or 2 more waves.
I think he was looking for a potential dive there, or perhaps a counter gank, because the Fizz did walk down too.
This is going to be a big fight here.
Only just dies outright.
Does manage to take out the support.
Zyra.
Oh man, that's a dead Elizabeth. Easy.
Chaos putting in some serious work on this Fizz.
Yeah, his presence is really insane. Will they try to get more? They see Prowler clearly. I'm loving these wards.
Rammus is maxing Powerball, by the way, for those that are wondering in chat.
Well, you gotta get the memes going, man. Sonic the Hedgehog all the way. Alright, looks like the fight isn't gonna go as crazy as I thought it was going to be down in the spot lane. But that was also Vayne's first kill. So something worth mentioning there.
And so the carry begins.
Oh yes. But yeah, this Fizz, 5-1 and 3. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm loving his rotations. I'm loving the damage output he's got. It's going great for Northern Storm here.
It makes us look silly for ever doubting him in draft.
Well, you know. We'll see how it goes. Let's not write poems about him just yet. Prowler's doing very well as well. 4, 2, and 3. Man, they're really dragging this Herald out. A lot of pings here. I don't think they're in a position to get this anymore, but the Rammus will be able to come in if they want to. Here comes the Ornn. Might want to do that ult a little bit quicker. Misses the knock-up return here. Token's going to go down. Chaos is going to go down, more than likely. Oh, good.
That was a really good time to ult to basically disengage everything. 12 still does pick up the Herald, though.
Yeah, that was a good halt there on Prowler's healing. But Prowler does.
Well, it also disrupted the Galio ult, which I think was the bigger part of that fight.
And this is going to be second turret for 12. We do have a bot lane rotation, though. How far does Northern Storm want to push this? Fizz jumps into the middle of the fight, does get taunted, unfortunately. Great troll pull there, actually. Will probably still go down to pointy ball. 900 gold goes to the Vayne. But
that
Token
is not what you
turns
like
around
to see.
and gets them. Fawn is here as well. Gregosaurus is probably going to be able to get away. Ezreal ult is not available, but will be shortly. Gosh, that 900 gold.
That is not what you want to see if you're Northern Storm.
Ezreal is still ahead, barely, in gold.
Just under a minute on that next dragon spawn. Token trying to set up a little bit of vision for it. They already have a lot of control wards in the area.
Yeah, I'm loving 12 or Northern Storm's vision this game. I think that they're doing a great job keeping vision at least around the southeastern side of the map. They've been.
We have 3 Bork against the side of Northern Storm. Interesting to see because Bork is a little bit less effective on armor stacking tanks, but still very useful for survivability. We have Bramble Vests on both of the tanks for Northern Storm, though.
Yeah, straight up Thornmail on one of them now. Right, Dragon has spawned and we are positioning ourselves, everybody. Option 12 clearing out some of those aforementioned control wards here. A little bit of poke on Wishbone to start off with. Damage is coming out. Gotta get lucky. Almost all the ults are available. Zyra's will be up very shortly here. Here comes the first one. Dragon is immediately taken out. Can they get more damage? Good hit there by Token. Token is just deleting Prowler here. Fizz is going to go down thanks to the body slam, but they managed to turn it around anyway. Galio ult coming in. Big knock up there. Pointy Ball is going to manage to get Token. Can he get more? Gotta get lucky, is very low. We'll get a nice little bit of burst damage there, but Fawn comes in. Gregosaurus is going to go down quite easily here, and only Lizabear gets away.
Pointy Ball doing everything he can to tumble all over that fight, but gotta get lucky, just gets the clutch headbutt against the wall for the knockup just at the end of it, just to guarantee the death.
And Fawn was practically untouched in that fight. I mean, he did very well doing ADC things while staying out of damage, or staying out of range of any sort of danger.
And that's one of the nice things about the Ezreal, is that he's able to stay as far back and can just reposition himself farther back if he needs to.
1,000 now gold lead on this Ezreal against the Vayne, but also can deal some dangerous amounts of shutdown gold. We saw how powerful that Thornmail is against 12's lineup in that last fight, so I think we got to keep an eye on that. And I like how Kha'Zix is drawing so much attention on himself. This Fizz, they're very aware of it, 6 and 3, and so they know they have to, you know, play it safe, make sure they lock that down, but that then means that distracts them from other targets like Fawn. Fawn, who is basically the same gold as Ezreal now, thanks to all that additional CS that he's got. Token waiting in the wings. Token also is very big, 7 and 5.
Well, the thing is, they have to respect the Fizz, because if the Fizz gets an ult onto pretty much anyone that's not Eternal or Greg, they're just dead.
Very interested to see who they end up trying to grab next. This turret is definitely not going to fall, but we do have a split push here. Gotta get lucky up against Prowler. Let's see how it goes. Big slow already. Prowler's just gonna rock this, yeah. Alright, so not someone a tank can solo. We are unless you're Rammus. We're learning this.
Yeah, absolutely a bad time for the Ornn there.
And now we have a double split push here. The Yi in the bot lane and Eternal in the top lane. We have Token coming down to try to contest the Yi. Doing a blast cone there, which is interesting. Can he get Prowler? Let's see what happens. Prowler does have flash available. Token doesn't decide to chase. Fizz going up against Eternal. Oh, that great little troll pull there. Good body slam though, but nope, damage isn't there.
I'd like to amend my previous statement.
Okay.
If the Fizz gets an ult on anyone that's
Anyone?
on option 12, they die.
Just Fizz things. I quite enjoy just Fizz things. How's Prowler getting out of this one? Let's find out by flashing.
The answer is flash.
Ooh. I would have liked to see how that would have gone if, instead of dashing away, Gregosaurus had dashed into Fawn. Because Fawn did a very aggressive forward there. That might have led him into a little bit of trouble. He is very squishy, only 1400 health. I mean, everyone's basically squishy. Hey, tanks. Where are my tanks? 1500 health. 1900 health.
It only took me 24 minutes, but I just realized that Token is rocking Lethal Tempo on Rammus.
Okay.
I wonder if that's just him forgetting to change runes from Nocturne, or if that's intentional.
Well, I mean, it's clearly working for him, so let's say it's intentional. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot more durability out of Northern Storm here. Ornn and Rammus both over 2,000 health. Ornn is getting to 3. Might have a bit of an ambush play here, but option 12 is smart enough to not go too far into it. Sharky misses, or I guess Porpoise misses, Walrus misses.
Which one takes a big hit from just one auto from the Vayne?
Let's note that Prowler is soloing Baron. Just mention that. And
Just these things.
I don't think anyone notices. I think that they're going to try to get Dragon here and probably
They're
will
just
get Dragon.
happily taking their Infernal Dragon, and they're just gonna be like, wait, what?
Hey guys, we got the wait, what? All right. This could be the turning point that Option 12 was looking for to close out this game. Big push in the top lane here. What will Northern Storm do? They're going to face check right into Prowler here. But Prowler respects the Fizz. Good for him.
Honestly, if you're gonna have someone face check, Fizz is the one you want to face check.
Alright, so that turret goes down with little fanfare here. Ooh, Wishbone taking a big hit. So, will this be a Galio, or not a Galio, will this be a Baron pickup that is just there to pick it up? Or are they actually going to do something crazy with it?
With the current state of the game, the gold lead was basically closed only because they actually took Baron. So I don't necessarily think they get too much other than maybe that bot tower that they just pinged. Just because in fights, as long as they can get the CC on the Yi and the Vayne, Northern Storm wins every time.
Well, it looks like Northern Storm's trying to 4-man here in the mid lane. Yi doesn't seem too concerned right now. Maybe just taking a crab on the way. Maybe they're willing to trade these towers. But Yi is kind of sneaking up from the back here. Will he get somebody? Very aggressive push here by Northern Storm, actually. I'm not sure how I feel about this at all. Got to avoid that taunt. They do. Alright, they get 2 turrets, but they also get a knock-up on this Galio. Good flash over. Prowler doing an interesting jump there.
Set and Vayne are still pushing bot lane, and it looks like Gotta Get Lucky is going to cut them off at the inhib.
A lot of behind here. Northern Storm has got to be careful. In fact, I think they should probably go back and try to protect themselves.
Gotta Get
here.
Lucky, I think, is just going to die to the Vayne here.
Yeah, I think that Northern Storm's in a little bit of trouble. They got to fall back. They have got to, yeah.
Able to trade it out, but the set's just going to keep pushing unless somebody answers. Looks like they're going to try to get some recalls. Good interrupts by Greg.
Oh, the Yi's warping around. They see the Prowler, and here comes the Rammus. Rammus manages to land the taunt. That's going to be a dead Yi, but at what
They
cost?
need to deal with their inhib.
I'm really liking this pressure from Option 12. I like the back chase. I think that, you know, you basically chase them all the way home.
They just need the Fizz to walk back. They can keep pressuring mid lane because they have the numbers advantage there.
Yeah,
Set flashes away, but I don't think it's going to matter.
You can't flash on a Fizz, man. Uh-oh. Fizz getting...
Fizz doesn't have his ult yet. Got a TP coming in from the Galio, who
Troll.
does have ulti.
Troll pull out of there. A lot of pings to get away. Alright, so Northern Storm managed to do some reasonable counterplay, but lost their entire bot lane.
So, to answer your previous question of, is this one of those Barons that does something? The answer is yes. It takes down 3 towers and an inhib. At the cost of 2 mid lane towers, but I think that's worth.
Yeah. I liked Northern Storm's turnaround. I liked that, you know, they were like, okay, well, you guys are going to do that, we're going to do this. But obviously they went a little too far, and once they got that second turret, they should have immediately started moving back.
The response to the play was good, and then Option 12 just disrupting and not allowing the recalls made that play an overall win for 12.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Fizz might be in a little bit of trouble here. Fortunately, the ward barely spots the Yi coming in. Rammus is trying to set up for Dragon. Fawn and Chaos are alone in the jungle. Guys, get out of there.
They just need to, yeah, let that go. Blue buff's not worth it.
Dragon up in 50 seconds. Token is going to face check into Eternal here. Face check
Doesn't bother the taunt, doesn't care about him, doesn't have anyone to support him.
We do have Chaosix going back. This could be a great opportunity for Option 12. They catch Wishbone. Double taunt there. Yi going straight in, taken out immediately. They're also going to get the Rammus here. Oh, good blast cone, but the damage might be too much here. Token's in trouble.
Yi is on the hunt.
Fizz is here, though.
And I think they just turn around for Dragon.
Yeah. With no...
Token might go for a steal here, but I think he needs to just go and heal. He's
Yeah.
fast enough that he could have gotten back to lane, but now he delayed his recall. Lizabear almost gets chunked out just by the ulti alone.
Yeah, I think they have to let the dragon go here. Or an ult tries, doesn't get much done, unfortunately. Misses everyone. Alright, so 3 dragons to 2, 6 towers to 4. Gold lead is still managed to even out. Inhibitor should be up at some point. I'm surprised this timer function doesn't have a timer for the inhibitors as well.
That would be a nice addition.
It would. Over 3,000 health for the Ornn now. Big rotation trying to get up to the top lane here. Good way to split focus. There are pings to indicate, hey guys, we've got to... What are we all paying attention to? Somebody needs to go up here, somebody needs to go all the way down there. Fizz does get grabbed, he does have Troll Pull, waiting to use it. Ooh, good snare on the Galio there. Token might be a little far forward. Fawn might be a little far forward. Good artillery poke though, I like it. They're getting a little aggressive here. Here goes the Rammus, gets the taunt, but there's too much damage there. Absolutely too much damage. Big knockup from the Wishbone. Fizz versus Yi. Yi getting a lot of burn damage dealt there. Fizz manages to take him out. The Ezreal has still managed to avoid getting hit this far, but now it's Vayne against him. Gotta get lucky, kills Gregosaurus. Pointy Ball deletes Wishbone. Pointy Ball gets chunked in a massive way here. Fawn is chasing. Ezreal's chasing. Fizz is chasing. Chaos is actually going to die here. Fizz. Alright. And Winions.
Chaos did make his way back into the fight and was able to pick off the last two, but I think the attempt to go after Pointy Paw was a bit ambitious.
Okay, here's what's got to happen. Gotta get lucky, you gotta go back, Fan, you gotta guard him. That's what you guys have to do. Well, Rammus, never mind.
Yeah, Rammus just respawned, they're good to go.
They got very lucky with the minion aggro there. Because if that super minion had gotten a taste of that turret. Inhibitors respawning. Yeah, inhibitors coming soon here. So this is the last super minion wave they got to look out for. So overall, I think obviously that bot lane takedown did very well for option 12. But didn't, I don't think, distract from team fights very much. What's Rammus's health at? Rammus is almost 3,000. But we saw Yi is able to melt him now. So I don't know how much more effective this anti-Yi pick is going to be. The longer we go, the scarier this 8 and 6 Yi is going to get.
Yi's able to out-sustain the self-damage that the Rammus is able to put out, so all he's basically doing is saying, "Okay, hit me while my team destroys you."
Ooh, big flashes there. Great laser as well. Here comes all the jump-ins. Yi is taken down almost immediately thanks to some sweet damage from Fawn. Fawn manages to get out of the Galio ult. Chaos comes in on the backside. Unfortunately, there's a great stun from Pointy Ball. And now Fawn is running. Interesting auto there. This actually is might turn into Northern Storm losing here. Only Fawn left, 4 members. That fight, what even happened in that fight? Fortunately, the minion wave is not on their side. Do have Eternal coming down to try to help out, but Fawn is there.
I think the Yi got hit by just like the edge of the Fizz ult, and that's where a lot of that initial damage came from.
That fight would have gone so much worse if the Yi hadn't died.
Yeah, if Yi did not die there, game would be over already.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Wishbone standing alone here. This turret is definitely going to go down. They also have to be aware that Set is down here in the bottom. They can't decide who really to focus on. Here comes the Rammus. Double taunt. That's very cute. Set is going to get this turret here. Rammus is trying to turn around. Oh, not turret, inhibitor. We have pings to go to Dragon, 30 seconds. They do manage to grab the Set. Token is really not as big of an impact as he used to be, unfortunately. Reasonable damage
Option
there.
12 is just walking straight to Baron. They're going to look for that to close out the game.
Alright.
so they get the set. But yeah, Baron's more than likely going to go down. Ezreal ult is available.
This is going to be dead before Dragon spawns, which means they're going to be able to walk straight down there and try to pressure for that if they want.
It actually looks like they're rotating more top. Fizz actually blows his ult. I think they might get Dragon here. Everyone's going back.
The Meditate from Yi turns that 7,000 damage, not actually 7,000 damage, Fizz ult into 70 damage.
All right.
Love to see it.
3 dragons apiece. Gold lead has swung back firmly into option 12's way. Alright, so where do they go from here? They gotta hold off this Baron, which was so good for them with split pushing last time. But I mean, this really does feel like option 12 is going for the throat here.
So, this is how the game basically goes from here. With Baron buff, either option 12 sieges...
Oh, teleport in the back. That might be a huge misplay here. What is he doing? Distraction to initiate the fight. Oh, for the big Galio ult, manages to get in on 2. Gotta get lucky. Who gets taken out? But there's a lot of damage here. Eternal is low. Prowler is low. Where is the Fizz? Fizz is in the back line. Fizz has not done anything just yet. Pointy Ball is very low. Oh, but the Yi is in the line. All right, so that's 2 kills for the Yi. Chaos mixed the ult. This is going to be 2 inhibitors down. Where do we go next? Fawn needs to be very careful. Doesn't want to get picked off. There is a big explosion from Magic there, but doesn't quite manage to take it off. So 2 inhibitors down. 2 fights in a row now where they've only managed to get the Yi.
Alright.
Doesn't feel good.
Northern Storm definitely on the back foot. Respawn timer on inhibs is 5 minutes or 3 minutes?
Probably 5. All right, I'm expecting a closeout push here pretty quickly here.
So I think the win con for Northern Storm here is they hold out for Soul and hopefully able to take Soul and then look for a fight there. Baron spawns about 30 seconds after Dragon.
I don't think that 12's going to let them get Soul. We did see a little bit of
the last 2. No, they didn't let him get the last 2, just 1.
We did see a bit of a misclick there from Chaos, but he's going to try to be sneaky here. Face check immediately by Gregosaurus. There is a possibility of a taunt there. They do have the turret available. Fawn, a little step forward there. The Ornn is not around. You got to teleport in right now, buddy. Your team needs you. Yes, there's super minions. Nobody cares. The fight's right here. And the turret is going to go down pretty easily. Prowler is trying to sneak around the backside. They do notice him. Token is coming in. Will they manage to get the taunt off? Good flash.
Prowler does flash away. Very respectful of the potential collapse.
Alright. Unfortunately, the super minions are really taking Gotta Get Lucky's attention. They don't want to lose on the backside. Wishbone gets grabbed right away. Does manage to pop the Zonias, but there's too much damage here. Going to be a big ult, knocks up one of the characters. Going to end up getting Gregosaurus as well. Eternal, we have Chaosix in the back line. Great pile driver there, but Prowler might be too strong. Pointy Ball is also completely uncontested. Fawn may end up going down. Prowler's directly on his face. They do get the resurrection, but there's way too much damage here. There's no way Fawn can solo the entire team. And this is going to be an option 12 victory with a strong 2-0.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to take out the 2 important carries in that fight. They had a lot of good damage, but there was just no support for Chaos in the back line. And he just gets deleted, and that is the end for Northern Storm. Option 12 definitely still firing on all cylinders, and they are going to have a very, very interesting matchup against 9 Lives next week in the finals.
Yeah, I think that game is really the story of 2 carries, right? You had Prowler and Pointy Ball. You can't stop them both from getting online, and one kind of helps feed into the other. But great job mid. Chaosix and Fawn also doing very well here. It's just that there are harder carries. Check out some advanced details here quickly. Yeah, very even damage. I mean, actually, we see
the mid and ADC for Northern Storm. Tearing it up. Check out some vision as well, quickly.
So unfortunately, what needed to happen didn't happen. Northern Storm needed to close out that game faster, and they just weren't able to do it. And the Yi and the Vayne were able to come online, and that's just the end of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we have Prowler in the interview room. We'll go over there and hear his thoughts. Hey, Prowler, how's it going?
I'm feeling outstanding after that one. That was. I'm happy to be in the finals.
Got to play Yi also. How does that feel?
Rusty, honestly. I don't think I've played Yi in 6 weeks or so. So we were a little unpracticed on it, but I think you got a glimpse of why it might be permabanned.
Do you want to tell Odin how it feels to be able to play pocket picks?
There's this like weird pressure that comes with it, right? Because it's, same thing with if Odin got his Akali, there's this pressure to perform this, like, I felt like I needed to take a fight into Rammus just to kind of prove, like, no, there is no counter to Mastery, or to my Mastery. So maybe playing a little stupidly, but, that just is part of the pressure that comes with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, with a performance like that, just for both those games from your entire team, finals is well deserved by you guys.
I appreciate that, and yes, the team certainly deserves the finals. We've earned it.
All right. So you guys won game one very well. What are your thoughts into the Urgot jungle? Why go with that pick?
Urgot's just one of my favorite champions. He had I've been playing him in the jungle, and he just got a random buff for it, which made him even better. Honestly, I just like showing that you can't ban me out, so it's fun. We needed a kind of like a bruiser tanky guy, and it was between Set and Urgot. I thought Urgot was the better pick for that moment.
Okay.
It was definitely surprising to me, and what was more surprising, just how well it actually worked out for you guys. Because that game, without your impact, would have gone a lot differently, and Urgot was certainly not the champion I was expecting to have that high of impact, especially with the early game ganks.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about playing against other top junglers that gets me really fired up. So when I know that I'm playing against Token, someone who's talked about as being one of the other best jungler, right? I just want to put my mark on the game and show that my impact will be higher than whatever else you can put up against me. Okay. And he can pick away my Nocturne, he can ban out my pool, and none of that is going to matter. We're gonna, our team knows that Token is the engine that drives Northern Storm. We warded against him. We had him constantly tracked. He didn't have room to make plays, and that is all because my team was able to spread out and influence the jungle more than his team was.
And we noticed you also, when you were playing the Urgot, were ganking a little more in the bottom lane. Was that just because of what was available, or because of some other reason?
That was just what was available. I trust my team. They tell me that there's an opportunity, I'm going to go for it. Level 2, Fang said that he had an advantage. I trust Fang. He knows the game. He knows exactly what I'm looking for. He, knows to make that call. I trusted it, and I knew that we would get invaded on the top side afterwards. I was lucky enough to have Greg as my mid laner. He was able to swap over, and we got even more kills off of that. It was just this snowball that came from Fang's input at minute 3 while we are down summoners that set the tone for the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what was really weird about game 1 is the gold never told the story of the game, because the gold was always really close that whole game until like the last 5 minutes, and it was just that impressive at how well your team was operating, but also how well Northern Storm was operating to kind of mitigate the losses that you guys kept dishing out onto them.
Yeah, I think League is definitely a game of inches, and when you're playing, this meta is so focused around the jungle, and the reason that you don't see the gold explode so quickly is because the jungle camps aren't worth as much. but you'll see the difference. I was able to get double scuttle right away because of the rotation, so that those little gold increments add up, and the experience is much more what was telling the tale than the actual gold.
All right. So we talked a little about game 2. We talked a little bit about game 1. Let's talk about next week. What are your thoughts about going up against 9 Lives?
I mean, I think Phoenix kind of wrote the story of how to play against 9 Lives. If 9 Lives had to play against the option 12 that came out today, we will be the finals winners. Straight up. If they play like they did today and we play like we did today, we will win the finals. It will be our skins that will be plastered all over the LCUS banner.
Now, do you think that's because maybe 9 Lives performed a little bit worse than expected, or are you saying that because you guys are feeling really confident? Because Phoenix came out of the gate firing very hard.
No, and Phoenix did great, but I think playoffs are always a little bit different. There's always a little more anxiety for it, and we've got 2 people who have won before. Greg's been to the finals several times. We just have more experience with what the playoffs means in the LCUS, and I don't see 9 Lives being able to compete with that.
Yeah, we have you, 2-time champion, Pointy, a currently defending champion. There's just a lot of experience on your guys' side that 9 Lives doesn't quite have, and you're kind of leaning towards the veterancy is going to keep the nerves.
Yeah. We didn't come into this game stressed. We got a kill on a Caitlyn at minute 3, and we knew that the whole game was over. We just felt like we were done.
All right. Well, we are getting kind of late. I saw you guys in the first game talking about how you were going to do shorter interviews. So, shout-outs at all, or should we just cut you loose?
Well, I do need to apologize to Northern Storm. I did say I would keep the interview short, and of course I stayed up here blathering. I also just want to give a special shout out to Token. It's fun to play against someone who's so talented, and it kind of gives you that extra little fire to do your best. I'm hoping he's not feeling too bad because I saw the Nocturne runes didn't change from game 1 to game 2, even though the champion did. Part of being in the playoffs is the veterancy to check all the boxes before you get in.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck to both teams in the finals, and I'm hoping that the finals are a little bit more exciting than you think they're going to be.
I'll hope otherwise, but I have faith in my team. We've come a long way from where we started.
All right. We'll see you next week then. Take care.
I appreciate it, guys. You guys did an outstanding job.
All right. And that was the end of the semi-finals. Great games. Obviously, we would have liked to see Northern Storm get one. But 12 versus 9 Lives. That will be a very exciting game that I'm sure will be talked to death by people who enjoy talking about it to death. Arcane, you got any closing thoughts?
I'm just really excited for what finals is going to look like after seeing these games.
Oh yeah, me too. I think that both teams are definitely going to bring their all. I think, like Prowler said, that Option 12 was in great shape. Going to be very interested to see what the bans are like. Going to be interested to see where they decide to focus for both teams. Just absolutely incredible start to finish. Will they ban out the Yi? Will they decide to go somewhere else? Well, you guys will find out. Check out the podcast. Check out the interviews. Check out the analysis. We've got Relexus already talking trash in the chat, saying he's going to play Mordekaiser, which he did so well with against 12 in week 3. I believe that was week 3.
Relexus.
No, that was
will
week,
also be the next interview coming out on Friday.
Well, that'll be exciting to look up as well. So yeah, guys, check out the podcast, check out the interviews, check out if you did not see 9 Lives versus Phoenix. I don't care that the spoiler's up there. Watch it anyway. And we will see you guys here next week for the finals, 12 versus 9 Lives. Which number is greater? Can't wait to find out, and I hope you come and see that as well. Everybody, you have a good night.